Know that feeling, the one where you're 3 months in, the conversations are deep, the future is being painted in the air between you, and then silence. The texts get slower, the energy shifts. You're left holding the blueprint to a dream house, alone on an empty plot of land. And the questions start. What did I do wrong? Was I too much? Not enough? If you've been here before, you are not alone. And more importantly, it wasn't your fault. You weren't dealing with a bad partner. You were dealing with a specific type of person, a serial dater. And today, we're going to learn their language, so you can see the signs early and protect your peace. That feeling of whiplash and confusion, it has a real cost. It can make you second guess your intuition. It can make you hesitant to trust again. And it can make you settle for less than you deserve, simply because you're tired of the mystery. But what if you had a new lens to look through? A way to see what's really happening? After years of counseling and research, I found that serial daters aren't a mystery. They operate from a predictable blueprint. And once you know it, everything changes. You're about to learn 3 clear signs so you can move from confusion to clarity. Let's start with the first one, the one that feels the most like magic. 1. The chameleon effect. The first sign doesn't feel like a warning. It feels like a miracle. They love what you love. They want what you want. It's like they were made for you. You think, finally, someone who truly gets me. This is what I call the chameleon effect. And it's not connection, it's reflection. Here's the simple way to understand it. A serial dater is like a mirror. They have a fragile sense of self, so they reflect back the best parts of you. You feel so seen because you are literally looking at a version of yourself. The solution. The key is to watch for a solid core. Do they have their own passions, their own strong opinions, their own dreams that existed before they met you? A healthy partner adds their own color to the relationship. They don't just borrow all of yours. 2. The timeline trap. The second sign is the simplest to test for. I call it the timeline trap. A serial dater can talk beautifully about a future, but they can't commit to your shared future. Ask a simple, gentle question about timing, like, where do you ideally see yourself in a couple of years? And watch what happens. Here's what you'll often see. They'll deflect, they'll joke, or they'll say something vague like, let's just see where this goes. It feels like you're asking a ghost to step on a scale. There's just no substance to hold on to. The solution, a person ready for a real partnership can answer this. They may not have an exact date, but they can talk about their desires and hopes for the future with clarity. They are building a life, and you'll be able to see the construction. 3. The purity paradox. The third sign is the most surprising because it looks like a green flag, but it's often the biggest red flag. We all want someone with a good past, right? But what if their past is too clean? I mean, no long-term relationships, nothing that's lasted more than a few months, no exes they've had to work through things with. This is the purity paradox. A past with no real history is often a past with no real growth. Here's the analogy. It's like a gardener who only ever plants seeds, but never stays to water, weed, or harvest. The soil looks clean, but that's because nothing was ever allowed to grow. The solution. Look for someone who has done their work. A healthy person has a history. It might include some mess, but it shows they know how to navigate conflict, how to be vulnerable, and how to stay when things get hard. Your new story starts now. So let's bring it all together. The serial dater isn't a villain. They're a broken person. They have no solid identity. So they become a chameleon. They live in the moment, so they fall into the timeline trap. And their perfect past, the purity paradox, shows they run from real intimacy. Knowing this changes everything. Your last heartbreak? It wasn't a failure. It was a lesson in discernment. You weren't rejected. You were protected. And now, you have the tools to write a different story. Your assignment is simple. Look at your past relationships with compassion and see if you can spot these 3 patterns. Not to blame yourself, but to free yourself. You are the author of your love story. And now, you get to choose a co-star who is ready to build something real. This is a new way of seeing things. Which of these 3 pillars explained your past situation the most? Was it the chameleon, the timeline trap, or the purity paradox? Tell me in the comments. You have a friend who needs this clarity right now. The one who's always wondering what went wrong. Be the one who shares this with them. It might be the clarity they've been searching for. Now, seeing the pattern in others is the first step. But the most powerful step is understanding why we attract them. In the next video, we turn the mirror around, and I'll show you how to break the cycle for good. You truly don't want to miss it.